Hey everybody, hope everybody's doing well here this Thursday evening, and we're here for our third installment of Why Do We? Have folks who are asking questions about why we do certain things. It could be why do we do certain things at our local church level or within the United Methodist Church as a denomination, or why do we do certain things as Christians. And so we've had a couple different questions so far, good questions. And so we continue on, I think, with an interesting question, something we may learn or touch on early on, but not talked about often. And so before we get going, just a reminder that we'll have worship in our south parking lot on Sunday morning at 9 a.m. And this week, with being first Sunday in June, we'll serve communion in the individual communion packets. Also, as we're thinking about reopening and when that might happen, we're taking a look looking to you all and to see what kind of what feelings you have. So we have a simple 3-question survey to help us out and figure stuff out. We have some guidance from the bishop and the bishop's office, and so we'll be thinking about that. So anyhow, so our question for today: why do we use paraments, and why the different colors? So thought maybe we'd learn some Latin today. You guys want to learn some Latin today? Everybody wants to know a little Latin, so let's connect it with our why do we question here for this week. So why do we use paraments, and why do they have different colors? The word parament comes to us from the Latin word paramentum, and paramentum means adornment. So we've already learned a little Latin today. It was pretty painless, wasn't it? That's all. And so paraments are those articles that adorn a sanctuary. Typically, we see the cloths on the pulpit or the lectern, or on the communion table or altar, whatever a church might call it. So it's those cloths, and so you might have also seen that these cloths, they change colors at different times of the year, and so we'll get into that too. So paraments, they're a big enough deal that you can find many stylings on Pinterest, actually, as folks decorate them. It's not just a solid colored cloth. There's some decorations on them, or there can be. If you want to make your own, you can find them on Pinterest. There's even a 90 best parament images for 2020 list on Pinterest. Now, while I accidentally stumbled across this, I also noticed that there are pages and lists dedicated to church decorations in general. And here at Wisconsin Rapids UMC, we have our own human version of Pinterest in Ellen Cook, as she keeps the place decorated with the seasons. And so we thank Ellen for that and for her work there. Okay, enough about Pinterest. Back to the paraments hanging in the sanctuary. So paraments are not only used to decorate the worship space, but also to remind us what time of year we're in within the Christian calendar. So let me walk you through the Christian calendar real quick, remind you about what the different times of year are for the Christian calendar. So the Christian calendar, it actually begins with Advent. And so usually that begins around the closest Sunday to November 30th. One way or the other. So sometimes Advent, the first Sunday in Advent's at the end of November, and sometimes it's the very beginning of December. So we have Advent, and that includes the first 4 Sundays of Advent. And then we have what's called Christmas time, which is Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, the first Sunday after Christmas, and up to the Epiphany of the Lord. And so sometimes the Epiphany of the Lord happens midweek, and so it's celebrated the closest Sunday. Then we have the season after the Epiphany. So we have first Sunday after the Epiphany. So we have the first Sunday after the Epiphany, which we have then the baptism of the Lord. And we have second Sunday after the Epiphany through the 8th Sunday. So this is sometimes known as ordinary time as well, this time after Epiphany. Then we run into Lent. Let me back up. I should say the last Sunday after the Epiphany is something called Transfiguration Sunday, with the transfiguration of Jesus. So then we go on to Lent, and Lent begins with Ash Wednesday, and that goes through the first Sunday in Lent, through the 5th Sunday in Lent, and then we hit Palm Sunday, technically the 6th Sunday in Lent, but we know it as Palm Sunday. Then we have Holy Week, Holy Thursday, Good Friday, Holy Saturday. Then we hit the Easter season, and so we have the resurrection of the Lord on Easter Day in that celebration. And then we have the second Sunday of Easter to the 7th Sunday of Easter. And then that leads us then to Pentecost. And we just celebrated Pentecost last Sunday. And so now in our Christian calendar, we'd be in the season after Pentecost or ordinary time. So we have the first Sunday after Pentecost, which is also called Trinity Sunday. And we have the second Sunday of Pentecost all the way to the 26th Sunday after Pentecost. And then that last Sunday after Pentecost is Christ the King Sunday. And so the season after Pentecost is also known as an ordinary time. And as you can tell, it pretty much runs through the summer throughout the fall. And then that gets us back to Advent. So we have Advent, Christmas time. Christmas time ends in Epiphany. Then we have the season after Epiphany, which leads us into Lent. We get through the 6 Sundays of Lent. That kind of finalizes with Palm Sunday and then Holy Week. And then we have the Easter season, and we have the 7 Sundays after Easter, and then Pentecost Sunday, and then the season after Pentecost. So that's just a quick overview of our Christian calendar. Now, the corresponding parament colors. So the liturgical colors then are as follows. For Advent, it's typically purple or blue, and for Christmas time, white. The season after Epiphany, white for the first and the last Sundays, and then green at all other times. Whenever you see green, you know that we're in ordinary time. So this time of the year, and then season after the Pentecost. So season after Epiphany, again, white for the first and last Sundays, and green at other times. Then we have Lent. During the season of Lent, the paraments are typically purple, outside of Good Friday and Holy Saturday, where on Good Friday the sanctuary is typically stripped of any color and adornments. Then we go into Easter, and it's white until the day of Pentecost, and Pentecost ends at Easter time, and we typically see red on Pentecost. So then we go to the season after Pentecost. We have white for the first and the last Sundays, and for All Saints' Day, and green at all other times. So we're back into that ordinary time. So for clergy who wear robes and stoles, sometimes the stole color is matched up with the paraments and the liturgical calendar. There may be designs and symbols on these cloths to further enhance the meaning of that particular season. And now at Wisconsin Rapids UMC, Judy Gitchell attentively changes the paraments for us as the seasons change. So thank you for doing that, Judy. So if you ever want to win some lunch from your friend that you're bringing to church on a particular Sunday, make a bet on a color of the cloth. Maybe they haven't heard or they'd forgotten what it all means, but now you know, and maybe you can win some lunch. Well, maybe second thought, we shouldn't bet in church, so figure out a different way to get a free lunch. So see everyone Sunday morning in the south parking lot, where we'll have worship, which will include communion. So hope you learned a little bit, and we'll see everybody later.